Hey y'all, welcome to A Minute with Mishy. I very much appreciate you taking the time to be here with me today. I need you to sit back, relax, grab your favorite adult beverage because you're grown and you can do that, and get into this podcast. Okay, maybe it's time I had a conversation yet again with the younger generation about my generation, which is Gen X, because it appears that some of you think that we're bothered by you calling us auntie or unc or whatever nickname you choose to call us when you think that you are going to win an argument with us or that we're in some type of debate. But nah, it's not that easy. I think you forget that we are the generation that drank out of water hoses, that stayed up until the streetlights came on, that our parents basically would fix us up with alcohol and peroxide and tea and tomato soup, and that was just about it, okay? And these are parents who had good insurance and benefits, and we didn't go to the doctor like that, okay? We are a tough ass generation. We're like the last tough generation out there. So calling us auntie and uncle because you're in an argument with us on the World Wide Web is not going to hurt us. That doesn't hurt our feelings. Calling us auntie and uncle doesn't hurt our feelings. So I was into it with people about Tyla, the African singer who wants to deny that she is black because she doesn't want to identify with African Americans. She doesn't really want to be called African. She wants to be called colored, which is even worse. And she doesn't realize that if you're going to be trying to cross over into America and American singing and this genre, that we don't like the word colored. I don't think she realizes how disrespectful it is, and that people died hearing that word, and that that ain't a good word. That is not a good word. Colored? Yeah, that's really antiquated, and it is not something we like. So you want our dollars and you want our support, and you want us to back you, but you want to walk around and call yourself colored in America and be on American soil and call yourself colored, but you don't identify with black people. Is that what you're saying? Well, yes, that is what she's saying. And her African counterparts are upset with us because we have an issue with that word. And we are not supportive of her because she is not identifying as black, and she has an issue with that. Now, I know this sounds contradictory because black is also a color. But if you understand American culture, or you took the time to understand American culture, we're not upset by black. But she doesn't want to be called African either. She wants to be called colored. You understand? So even if we say you're African descent, that we're African, she doesn't want to identify with anything African. She wants to be called colored, or from whatever country she's from, Nigeria, wherever she's from. I'm not sure which country she's from because I'm not invested in Tyler, because I'm just going to say it. I pegged her as a mean girl from the gate. And I was right. When I have these feelings about people, I don't just say that shit all willy-nilly and just out of my ass and just to be mean. Tyler's a beautiful girl. She is. I do feel like she can dance. I do feel like she can sing. But she's a one-hit wonder. Her talent has only gone thus far. And she's looks, and that's it. And now she's looks and no personality. And now she's looks and she is the mean girl I said she is. I looked at her and I said, she's a mean girl. I said, I don't know. She just gives mean girl vibes. I said, she does. I just have this mean girl feeling about her. And I was right. Let me tell you. Because you're African and you don't understand that saying that you are not black is mean because you're not American, that's your problem and not mine. That is your problem and not mine. Saying that you are not black and saying that you don't identify with black people is insulting. Insulting is mean. You are a mean girl. Same freaking difference. It equates the same. So what part of that are you not understanding? What part don't you get? Huh? Do I need to break it down for you again? Okay, let me do it again. To American people, when you insult black people by not wanting to identify with us when you are black, you're mean. To us, that is a mean thing. When you don't accept us, that is a mean thing. It means you don't like us. We don't like that. We're not cool with that. We don't connect with that. We don't gel with that. You can be called mean. You will be called mean for that. You will be deemed a mean person. You are a girl. You are a woman. You are a mean girl. That is mean girl behavior. Do you understand now? That is why I called her a mean girl. Because she gave mean girl vibes and she did a mean girl thing. You understand? Right? So I had to talk to people like they were 5 because they weren't getting it. And they were trying to let me have it. They were auntie, trying to be rude. I don't care. Call me auntie. I've said how old I am many times and I don't care because I don't look old, so I don't care. And the only reason that I move like an old person is because I have multiple sclerosis. That's why I have a walker. It is not because I need it any other reason other than I don't want to fall and I'm a fall risk because I have multiple sclerosis. Not because I'm old and I can't move because of that reason. It's because I have multiple sclerosis. So calling me an old person does not faze me. And I know I'm not using a walker and I'm not walking slow and I'm not moving slow and I'm not cramped up because I'm old. It's because I have multiple sclerosis. Because before it kicked in, I was fully moving. All the things. And I would say something very adult about this, but I won't. Just like Tyler's water, it's still water here. Trust and believe. And you can read between the lines on that one. But yeah, Tyler's a mean girl. I said what I said. I'm not taking you back. She doesn't want to be black. And I said it. Period. So in case you guys have not heard, the aliens are coming. The aliens are coming. Yeah, they're supposedly coming here in November. And it gives me pause because you guys never, when I say you guys, I mean the government, never wanted to acknowledge the existence of aliens before. And so now all of a sudden NASA is telling us that they're coming in November. And that, like I said, gives me pause because why all of a sudden are you being so open and free with information that we already knew and you called us conspiracy theorists about? What? People have been telling you guys for decades that aliens exist. They are here. They are coming to this planet. They are kidnapping people. Everything, all the things, right? Now, all of a sudden, you want us to be open and welcoming and, I don't know about welcoming, but open, and you want us to take in this information about the aliens coming. But the people who told you guys that they've been here and they've taken people and they've done all this before, you didn't believe them and you didn't want the public to believe them. But now you want the public to know? Yeah, y'all have to be real careful. That should give all of you guys pause, because whenever the government is open about anything, there's something behind it. There's some type of motive. There's something behind it. It's not all cut and dry. It's not black and white like you're thinking. It's something. You have to be a conspiracy theorist for a reason, because the government lies to all of us all the time. It's nothing for them to lie to us. Look at all the Hurricane Katrina documentaries that are dropping, where they hid food and people got R-word and assaulted in other ways and all this stuff that the government pushed down and hid from us. But the people are talking and they're like, no, this is what happened and this is our experience. Remember the levees, and they broke because they weren't secured and they weren't as high quality as they should have been because of where they were placed, and they didn't care about those people. So they didn't care if they had a sturdy levee or not. Yeah, that was the government. That's the government. Anything that's a city official or city related ties back to the government. It's that way and it's zoned that way because of the government. Yeah, it's all related. It's all related. And they wonder why people want to be sovereign citizens. Why they don't want to pay taxes to this government, because y'all don't do anything significant with our money. Y'all want to tax the hell out of those people that are lower income, right? But what did you do with their money? You didn't even fix the levees. You didn't even have the levees in good condition for New Orleans. You didn't. And it's going on 20 years to their anniversary. It is 20 years to their anniversary. And then people are still devastated because of what y'all did. And now you want to drop this bomb on us about aliens. As if let me tell you. Whoo, child. This is just a segue into something. You guys knew they were coming a long time ago. They probably delivered that message to you guys years ago, that they were coming on a particular date. I don't know what date they're coming, but I know it's supposed to be November. And they're just dropping this on us because they don't want the public to be surprised, because they're going to be out in the open like that instead of hiding this time. I guess they were like, oh, we're not hiding this time. We're going to be out in the open. And we're going to be, loud and proud. And then I guess they were like, well, we can't do anything about it, so we might as well tell the people what's going to be happening. The aliens are coming. The aliens are coming. The aliens are coming. They sure are. They've been here plenty. They've been here for the longest. But they're really coming now in this public news. And watch something happen in November. They make some type of negotiation where we don't end up seeing them for ourselves. But they've been here. They're coming. They've been here. So it's no surprise. Okay, this segment is going to be all about negative energy and projection. Well, just a little bit. It's going to be about things I've observed, which are just pure projection and negative energy, and I can't ever center myself around that. Like, I'll give you an example. And this is not a man versus woman thing, but this is going to be an example of how men are angry at women for no reason. Some men, not all of them, because some of them love us down, and I love that for us. I love the men that love us down. But I'll give you an example. Just probably maybe 6 months ago, 5 months ago, it wasn't that long ago. There was a song going around viral on TikTok. She was a fairy. And, it was ethereal, and it was very nice and very, very spiritual. So a black girl made a remix. She was a fairy. Yup. Yup, she was a fairy. Yup. And we were all loving it. We thought it was so cute. We were like, yay, I'm a fairy. I'm a black girl. I'm a fairy. There is such things as black girl fairies and this, that, and the third. Right? Because it was hip. It was ethnic. It was hip hop. It was geared more towards black girls. Not saying the other song wasn't for everybody, because it was for all girls. But we had our own little spin on it, because black girls love to put our touch and our spin on things. Why did a dude, and I don't remember his name, come out with a song saying she was a bitch? Yup. What? Now that was so completely unnecessary, because you're angry at us because we had a song about being happy to be fairies, and you came out with she was a bitch? And what made me the maddest was, I think young girls that should not be applauding this thought it was funny. And they were LOLing all over the post. And they thought it was so funny. And he got his 15 minutes of fame, if even that. Because I don't even think he got 15 minutes of fame. For making that song. And he was jumping all over the place, making poses. He had a baby mama, go figure. And it was crazy, because I was like, what are you mad about? You're mad because we want to be fairies, so you had to make a song saying we were bitches because we want to be fairies? If you're mad at your baby mama, just say that. But you need to gear that projection in the right direction, because now we all took a hit because you're mad at your baby mama. Well, that's your fault. Maybe you should have married her instead of being a bad baby daddy. A bad baby daddy. I said it. And I don't mean because you don't take care of your kids, because I don't know your situation with your kids. I have no idea. But it appeared like he was mad at her because he was on child support. I don't know for sure. So don't quote me. But dude, are you really projecting your anger at your baby mama onto all of us women? And we're all bitches because you're mad at your baby mama. Just like the men tell us in the manosphere, choose better. Maybe you should have chose better. You wouldn't be having this issue. You wouldn't be so mad. You wouldn't be so angry. I wish I had picked a better baby daddy. I really wish. But that's neither here nor there. I take care of my responsibilities. I don't complain about it, and I keep it moving. You rarely hear me talk about my baby daddy. I don't care about him. He doesn't make or break me. He doesn't make or break my child's future. I care about my child's future, and that's what matters. Of course, it would be great if he did too. Of course, a father being present is great, but he's not. So I'm going to do my responsibilities as a mother. I cannot be her father because I am not a male. I had a father, so I know that I can't be a mother and a father. I had a mother, great father. So I know I can't be both, and I won't ever try to be both. And, I just do the best I can as her mother. I do the best I can. She's a Virgo, so, they can be real stoic and stone walls. So she doesn't talk much about him, except she doesn't like him. And that's not my own doing. That's hers. And she's 15 years old. So don't come for my daughter saying that she doesn't like her father, because that is her right, because of the things that she has seen. It has nothing to do with anything that I said. I don't taint her towards her father. I'm not into doing that type of thing. That's not my MO. That's not my style. She has witnessed things, and promises have been broken, and she just sees the person that he is. It has nothing to do with me. And I told him when she was younger that it was going to be all on him. And she would see one day. So people like that make songs like, she was a bitch. Yup. When all we're trying to be is fairies. Yup. Now, I am no expert, nor do I claim to be an expert on all things spiritual or all things that are biblical, but I do know one thing. If you lie about what you can do to help somebody or what you can't do to help somebody, and you have the ability to help someone and you don't or you won't because you like having the upper hand or just like gloating or like being someone that's above somebody else, that's a sin. And you will definitely pay for that type of sin. And it's not going to be in the way that you expected. It may be your finances. It may be any type of thing. You may face the same situation and not have help yourself. You just never know what your circumstances are going to be. So why would you, if you have the opportunity to help someone, not help a person? Like, what sense does that make? Like, what power do you get from that? What fulfillment do you get from lying about being able to help somebody when you can clearly help someone? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't understand that. If I was ever in a position to help somebody, I'm going to help them wholeheartedly without what's the word I'm looking for? Without malice, without judgment. I'm not going to do it begrudgingly. I'm going to just be doing it because I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart and nothing less, nothing more. If it is something more, it'll be a positive something more that I'm unaware of that I'm doing and that I'm being rewarded for through the universe, through God. You know, that's it. But I'm not looking to be like, oh, I'm going to get this reward or that reward, or this is going to happen for me or that's going to happen for me. I'm just trying to be a good person because I know I'm doing the right thing as my parents well taught me. And it's just funny that you could literally be raised in the same house as somebody and have completely different thought processes and have a completely different upbringing from that person. It's like they say siblings will have a completely different upbringing from each other and they'll be raised in the same house by the same parents. And that's crazy to me. But it's a reality. And it's a reality that I've seen firsthand and I've seen secondhand. So, yeah, it happens. I don't understand. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of water. Ooh wee. Oh, my throat. Excuse me, guys. You know my mission is to not be eating and drinking on this podcast, but you just heard me get choked up there, so that was really not my choice. I had to stop and take a sip of water there. But as far as is it's concerning with how you should be governing yourself when it comes to other people. You shouldn't be doing things begrudgingly, and you shouldn't be lying about the things that you can and can't do. Of course, people don't want to be leached off of. That's natural. People don't want somebody constantly mooching off of them, constantly asking them for things, constantly in their pockets. But if you know somebody is not constantly in your pocket, and you know that person is fiercely independent, but they just need a little help, you shouldn't have a problem helping them, especially since you help people all the time, or they see you help people all the time who are mooches and leeches. Yep, I've seen it firsthand. You willfully help somebody who is a mooch and a leech with no problem, but somebody who needs something, like myself, is a problem. Like, you gotta make that shit make sense to me. You really gotta make that shit make sense to me. We have to start doing better as people and doing better towards people as people. Because there's no reason that you should be faking like you can't help somebody when you can. But when the time comes for you to help somebody who doesn't deserve it, you do. Yeah, we got to do better as people, for real. So now the latest discourse is around Resilient Jenkins and the fact that she is spiraling because she lost her benefits. Well, welcome to our world, Resilient. And no, this isn't about bashing people who get state benefits, because I'm going to be honest, I get them too. Well, I did. Let me tell you why. Because people like to call people who get state benefits lazy and mooching off the system and all of these other things. As I reported before, jobs are down. So the jobs that they're saying that you're telling us to go and get are not out there. I am looking for a job. Let me add to that as well. Give me a moment. Let me cook. So I've been looking for a job for a really long time. I have to find a job that is suitable for me. And no, I'm not being bougie about it. No, I'm not being picky, because really in this economy, we can't be picky. Again, remember, jobs are not up. I am disabled. I use a walker. So walking is hard for me because I have multiple sclerosis. So walking long distances on anybody's job is a no. Standing for long periods of time is a no. So that means that counts out being a cashier, even at Walmart, which I have no pride when it comes to working. I would have done it just to say I had a job. I would have worked at Burger King as a cashier. I would have worked anywhere as a cashier. But number one, they won't hire you with too much education or too much experience. And two, I can't do it because I'm physically disabled and I'm not able to. So there's those jobs. So telling me to go and get a job at Burger King or somewhere else like that is also out. Right? Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, I don't want to sound gross. I'm trying to clear my throat without having to start all over again. Hold on. I'm back, and hopefully I sound clear again and not like I have a disgusting frog in my throat and everything else that's disgusting and gross. And yeah, I hope I don't sound like that. But anyway, so that counts out me getting jobs at Walmart, fast food joints, things like that. Those are just going to be a no for me because I cannot stand. I cannot do a whole bunch of walking around, right? Again, not lazy, disabled, multiple sclerosis. Keep that in mind. I hope you guys are making this checklist while put your judgment checklist. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. So don't have a vehicle, and not because I'm just a bum. It's because I'm poor, damn it. I had a vehicle. I did. And I ended up going to jail. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. I went to jail on my birthday because some overzealous cop felt like he should pull me over because that was the same day my tag was expiring. Not already expired, but the same day my tag was expiring. And tell me that my tag was due for being renewed, which it was because it was that same day. The day wasn't over. A previous cop had told me that if I go to court, if I paid my tickets, which I paid, that I would not have to, I had insurance, everything, that I would not have to appear in court. Well, he was incorrect. Definitely had to appear in court, whether I paid my tickets or not. And the reason I didn't pay my tickets, I did pay my tickets. The reason I didn't appear in court is because he told me that I wouldn't have to drive 3 counties over to go to court if I paid my ticket. With me being disabled, that was going to be hard. When I tried to actually go to court, the parking for that court was so bad and it was so far. I don't have a handicap sticker yet, that it was like, oh my God, how am I going to be able to walk all the way over to this courthouse? So when I went home, I called and I explained everything to them, and they're like, well, you paid the tickets, but you still need to go to court. I'm like, for what? If the ticket is paid, why do I need to go to court? They suspended my license. And I said, you know what? You can have this license. I was using my sister's car at that point. My car had been towed and impounded when I went to jail for that cop telling me that I didn't have to go to court. It wasn't even for my tag. It was for me not having appeared in court. If he would not even been overzealous and ran my tag, I probably wouldn't have gone through any of that. I spent 4 days in jail. My sisters had to get me out. Then my car was impounded, and people who were supposed to be my friends ignored my text message for asking for help, but still wanted to be friends and cool after that and kumbaya. And I'm like, bitch, the most important time of my life when I really needed all the help in the world, you sat there and ignored me. Now you want to send me jokes and laughs and memes. Well, ain't shit funny really. But, I didn't say anything. I kept it cordial. But now I'm like, I don't even want to fake it anymore. So we don't speak. That's another spiral to that. All right? So then a circumstance happens where I need to apply for further assistance. I need to apply for cash assistance. So I go to apply for that. And I asked her, will this affect my food stamp benefits? Because I get those, but I need cash for basic things like toilet paper, deodorant. Now, mind you, I've already stocked up on this, so thank God. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have any of that. Soap. Soap runs out. Thank God I have soap still. I stockpiled when I did have money. Thank God. But, things like that I need. No, it shouldn't. Lies. It definitely affected my stamp case. I got denied cash benefits. They only gave me medical because I had medical proof that I needed medical assistance. They denied my cash. They cut my food stamps off and only gave me medical. So mind you, I'm here disabled. Disability has not kicked in. It is taking forever for that to kick in. That is a process that takes forever. It is 18 months just to get an appointment for that, right? So they denied me, which I have no idea why they denied me. So I'm appealing it. I'm in the appealing process. I don't know if appealment is even a word. I'm in the appealing process. So with me being in the appealing process, I still don't have any benefits from disability. So I don't have any income coming in. Zero, zip, zilch. No cash assistance. And now, because of that denial for the cash assistance, it affected my stamps. I don't have food stamps. I don't have anything at this moment. And yes, I'm still actively looking for remote jobs, but guess what? The remote jobs are also all being taken up by people similar to myself and other people who just don't want to leave the house for whatever reason. And even getting a call back for a remote job for an interview is hell. It's hell. Because you sit and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait. They don't call you back. They don't reply. You take assessment after assessment. Nothing pops. You pass the assessment. You get the notification you passed the assessment, and you still end up either not getting a job or you just never hear from them. So the next time that you fix your mouth to talk about people that get state assistance, think about people like myself who are not lazy, who have had a series of unfortunate events. Like my car being impounded, going to jail because of misinformation, my disability not being approved yet, and the only way that I can feed my daughter myself without family assistance is through stamps. And now I can't do that anymore at this point. I have to rely on the goodness of my family. There are people out there who don't have that, who don't have family, and it's just them and their children, literally. And before you start telling people to pick better fathers, tell fathers to be better people. Because my daughter's father should be a better person. But I haven't relied on him in almost 16 years because he proved that he was unreliable. And so I've been doing it myself, which that's fine. I'm still not going to be calling him for help and begging him for help. He's on child support. He pays zero. He lies and tells them that he is not working or he has the injury yet, and still he has another child. Yeah, yet another one. He's probably got like 5 or 6. another day. Oh, mind you, he's not taking care of those either. But he's probably taking care of this last one because this one has his name. So that's important, So there's that. It is not easy out here for anybody, especially if you are disabled, you are a single parent, excuse me. It's hard. It's hard. And if I was not a parent, it would probably be worse for me. I don't even know if I would get medical assistance from the state. I'm honestly not even sure. I'd probably have to be pulling teeth to get that. But luckily, my child and I have health care coverage. So at least if something happens to her, she can go to the damn hospital or the doctor. And thank God she's still in good health. There's no problems. And nothing is going to go happen. Let me knock on wood that nothing ever happens to my baby. But just so you're aware, the very next time that you fix your mouth to start talking about people who get food stamps and saying that we're getting crab legs and having seafood boils and all this other stuff that y'all are saying, it's a bullshit lie. It's a bullshit lie. It's a bullshit lie. Because trust me, people who are on food stamps, we are the ones who look at groceries and the cost of groceries the most. You think because you have to pay out of pocket that you look at it the most? No, you don't, because you have it. You have it. You're blessed with that, and that is a blessing. No doubt. And don't ever deny that it is, because it is. It's a blessing that you don't have to worry about that. Because even though you grunt and groan, you're going to have it to pay. You just pull more money out of your bank account. Well, when you have food stamps, you cannot do that. There is no pulling more money out of food stamps. It doesn't work that way. You have to budget. And you have to watch every penny. So no, I ain't buying no damn crab legs and seafood boils with my stamps. I don't know who told y'all that dumb shit. And maybe somebody actually did, who was getting over on the system that you saw, the one bad apple out of a bunch. Okay, great. But I am not buying crab legs. I'm not having seafood boils. I'm not buying steak dinners. I'm not doing all that. If I was to show you guys what I buy with my grocery money, you'd probably be like, that don't look like somebody who is balling out on food stamps. You might see me buy shrimp. You might see me buy some fish because I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat meat. You won't see ground beef. You won't see steaks. You won't see pork chops. You won't see any of that stuff. Meat is really expensive anyway. You won't see that. You'll see some shrimp because I eat fish. Shrimp is fish. You will see fish. Yeah. But I guarantee you ain't finna see crab legs. Crab leg boils. This junk that they're already cutting out in certain states. I won't be buying that either because I don't have the funds for it. Occasionally, I will buy something, out of the ordinary. I might buy some Hershey Kisses, some Hershey bars. Typically, the sweet thing that I buy with my food stamps are blueberry fucking muffins. Blueberry muffins. That's breakfast food. Chocolate chip muffins. It's breakfast food. And yes, I eat it for breakfast. I will eat a muffin for breakfast. Not a problem for me. It's not a big deal. It's breakfast food. I eat it for breakfast. I'll eat a muffin any time of day. I mean, it's a snack. But yeah, all these seafood boils and shit, y'all be making shit up because y'all heard somebody else talking about it in passing, or you may have seen one or two people do it who are taking advantage of the system. But for the majority of us, we're not fucking doing that. I need y'all to get your head out of your ass. Stop judging. Be realistic. And think about the things that you're saying when you're making these fucking think pieces about people who are on food stamps and getting government assistance, because you don't fucking know. You don't know. You're talking out the side of your neck and you don't know a goddamn thing. And that's a shame. It's really a shame. Well, we talked and a time was had by all. I appreciate your presence. It was felt and greatly appreciated. Go out into the world, do good things, and be good people. Remember, good people create good vibes. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.